Hello all, welcome to AI Educator. In this video, let us learn about Python data types. In Python, variables can store data of different data types and different data types can do different type of things. Now, let us discuss about different data types one by one. First, int. Int is a data type used to store integer type of numerical data. The numbers which does not have a decimal point will come under this data type. Next, float. Float is a data type used to store the decimal numbers. The numbers which have decimal point will come under this data type. Next, complex. Complex is a data type used to store the complex numbers. Next, we have str. Str is a data type used to store the strings and alphabets. Always remember the string should be in a quotation. Next, we have bool. Bool is a data type used to store the boolean type of data, which can only store two things, either true or false. Next, we have none. None is a data type used to store the null values. Now, let us see how to create different data types by writing a simple Python code. First, let us create an integer. In order to create an int data type, all you need to write is a is equals to 10 and run the cell. That's it. You can simply create an integer variable by just writing integer number without any decimal point. Okay. Now let me print the a. Let me run this. It's done. Now let me check the type of a. If I just say type of a, which will show which data type it is. So it is telling me that it is int. Okay. Now let us see how to create a float number. In order to create a float, all you need to write is b is equals to, for example, let us take 2.5, okay, which has a decimal point. So let me run this cell. Now let me print the b. Okay, now let me run this cell. It's done. Now let us check the type of b. As you can see, it is float. Now let us see how to create a complex number. In order to do that, all you need to write is, let us take a variable called c and let us say 1 plus 2j. Okay, now let me run this cell. Now let me print the c, and this is the complex number that we have. Let us check the type of it. Type of c, and it is telling me it is complex. Okay, now let us see how to create a strings. Okay, let us say some s is equals to AI educator. Always you need to give the string in quotations. Okay, like this. You can give double quotation or single quotation, but you need to give quotation. Okay, let me run this cell. Let me print the s. Now let me run this. Yes, now let us check the type of it, and it is str. Okay, now let us look into some of the string properties. In order to do that, let me create another variable of string. Let us call it name is equals to Manish. Now let me run this cell. Let me print the name and let me run this cell. Yes, it is. As you all know, it is a string. Okay, let us check its type. Type of name. It is str, which is string. Now we can do multiple string operations, such as we can find the length, which tells us the number of characters present in the string. If I just say len, which is length of the name, okay, and if I run it, it is telling me it has 6 alphabets, which are 6 characters. In name, Manish is actually 6 characters, so I got length as 6. Now let us perform another operations, such as name dot upper. This will convert the string into the uppercase. all the alphabets is converted to uppercase. In a similar way, we can convert them to lowercase with name dot lower. See, all the alphabets got turned into lowercase. We can even swap the cases by just writing name dot swap case, where the uppercase becomes the lowercase and lowercase becomes the uppercase. Now let me run this. As we can see in initial, I have given Manish where M is capital and all are small. Now I got M as small and all the other as capital letters. We also have something called count, which will tell how many times a single character is repeated in the string. So in order to check that, all we can write is name dot count, and inside count, if we specify the alphabet or the character that you are looking for example, let us take A, okay, and let me run this cell. It is telling me that A has repeated once. Okay, if I want to see how many times N has repeated, even N has repeated once. Okay, and for example, let us take alphabet which is not present. For like G, it says 0 because it is not present. Okay, now let us see how to perform indexing and slicing on strings. Every character in a string will have an index starting from 0 and going on. Okay, it will also have a negative index which is from -1 and which will go again to the left side. Okay, let us try to check it. So in order to print the index, all you need to write is the string name and inside a square bracket give the index value. Let us try to print the 0th index, which is obviously the M. Okay, because the index starts with the 0. Okay, now let us take another example. Let us print the value which is present in the index 2. Okay, which is N. It's because it's 0 with M and 1 with A and 2 with N. Okay, so we got N. Now let us give a negative index name of -1. Okay, now let me run this. As you can see, we got H, which is the last character in Manish. Okay, so it will also have a negative index. If I give here -2, it should give me S. Yes, you can see here. Now let us try to slice it. Okay, in order to do the slicing, all you need to write is name, and here you have to specify where the starting index and the ending index. I'm telling that it should start from index number 1 and go on up to index 5 and exclude the index number 5. Here it will start from first index and it will not consider the fifth index. Okay, if I run this, I got ANIS. Okay, because the first index is A, so it started with A 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. My fifth index position is H, but it does not got printed. Okay, in order to print the H, we need to give here 6 instead of 5, which will execute the 6 and will print up to the fifth index. So if I run it, you can see even we got H. Now let us take another example. Here, if we give double colon of -1, this will actually reverse the entire string. Okay, let me run it and show you. Here you can see the first I got H and all the things will got reversed because it became HSINAM. Okay, which is the reverse of Manish. Okay, now let us look into the boolean. Let me take a variable called A and let me assign true to it. Okay, boolean takes only two values, which is true or false. Okay, now let me print the type of A. You can see it is boolean. Okay, similarly for false, if you give here, you can also observe the true and false are coming in green because they are keywords. And here also observe that the true has capital T and false has capital F. Okay, type of B, it is also boolean. Okay, now let us look into the none. In order to create none, all you need to write is a is equals to none, where n should be capital. Okay, let me run this and let me print the a, and a has none. If I check the type of a, it shows none type. Okay, so this is the end of Python data types. In the next video, let us learn about print formatting.